two things. First, I want to ask you about the Canadian national team. I saw you got invited to the virtual camp, so congrats on that. Just how does that kind of come about? Obviously, it's nothing in person and all that, but just, when did you find out about that? And kind of, is that something you're gonna really spend a lot of time on here moving forward, or?
Thank you. In terms of the national team, senior women's national team, we've been in communication since last year when the Olympics unfortunately got postponed due to COVID. We've just been talking, trying to check in every couple weeks or so that we can still have everyone engaged and everyone on the right page so that we can achieve our goal at the Olympics. So with this virtual camp, yesterday was the first day. So we just kind of got together, looking at different guidelines that have been put out in terms of the Olympic protocols, in terms of COVID and everything. But with this camp, it's going to be great to have everyone a part of the team so that we can further identify what we want as a team, our goals, and how we're going to achieve those goals moving forward for the Olympics.
And with Paige, Gina says she doesn't really lead in a sense, vocally at least, but I mean, I would imagine her play kind of inspires you and kind of, that aspect of her game leads, doesn't it? I mean, how have you kind of seen her step forward and take on that responsibility, just despite being a freshman and despite having being one of the younger players on the team?
Yeah, for sure. Her game speaks louder than her words. She does have that leadership role as our point guard, making the balls in her hands a lot. So just making those right decisions and making the right opportunities to get her teammates open and herself open. So I think she's been doing well.
I mean, is she vocal on the court or on the sidelines? Is that something that you?
Oh yes.
Do you hear her a lot? Or?
Yeah, she gives the team definitely a lot of energy. Even if she makes a pass and someone else to score, she's screaming, hyping you up for sure, or herself, just to give that momentum so that energy energizes the team.
Aaliyah, John Layuzzi with the Marquette Wire out here in Wisconsin. What is it like as a freshman, just going through COVID, knowing games are back-to-back, not a lot of time to grow through practice? So what has that been like for the adjustment part for you this season?
This season, that is definitely the most challenging part because we're kind of going through a schedule of so much uncertainty because, an hour before the game, it could get canceled due to COVID. So really, we're just focusing on, and me specifically, just going day by day. If we're in practice, playing practice as if it might be the last one, just playing hard and just being appreciative every day so that when we move forward and we're always ready.
I know Gino was talking about that he hasn't looked at the film too much into Marquette because you guys have a game tomorrow against St. John's. But have you looked at Marquette film throughout the season maybe, or as you look around opponents in the Big East?
I haven't seen a lot of film on Marquette as yet, but I do know that I think they have a good record so far. It's a decent record. So I think just going into that game, the same mentality as we always do, just follow the scout, play to our strengths so that we can be successful.
Thank you.
How much do you pride yourself on being a tough physical presence, getting on the floor and, kind of throwing elbows down there in the paint?
Yeah, earlier, as we mentioned about the fouls, I'm not trying to be foul prone, but being aggressive, but at the same time playing smart. So not being overly aggressive, That's what I would say.
How do you kind of manage that, I guess, find that happy medium between being aggressive and not, being overly aggressive, I guess, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, I would just say being smarter. Like, for example, if I'm sealing in the post, sealing a smaller defender than me, it's more likely that they're going to try and use the height advantage to their advantage. So either try to flop, or when I go to do my move, kind of absorb the contact. So just me being smart, like who's defending me, how I can make a smart, aggressive move over them so that I'm not being fouled or so that they foul me. Or if I'm rebounding, knowing who I'm rebounding, just being more aware and conscious of who's guarding me and how I'm guarding them.
Where does the aggressive play come from, Aaliyah? Did somebody teach you at an early age that, you needed to take control out there on the court, or why are you so aggressive?
I think it's just me as a player just being passionate and wanting to do all the little things. So if there's a loose ball, I'm going to run after it. If I'm playing defense, I want to lock up my defender. Offensively, if I have an advantage one-on-one in the post, I want to take that advantage to be successful. So I think it's just me being passionate and about basketball and about sport, and just love the competitiveness of the game.
Hey, does anyone have one last one for Aaliyah?
I guess I'll jump in quick if no one else does. Just on the topic of Sailor, she's come on here late, but I didn't know if you knew her at all previously, and regardless, how have you kind of seen her adapt, and do you like her confidence, or aggressiveness on the court?
Yeah, I haven't played against Sailor or met her outside of UConn, but when she did come, she's a nice girl. She's very competitive. I feel like she's adjusting well with the team, with the practice, how we do things here at UConn. So I think it's a great addition to the team.